Guam, located in the western part of the Pacific Ocean, is currently becoming the center of global maritime activities. Once again, four major navies, India, the US, Japan and Australia, have come together for the Malabar Naval Exercise 2025. This is not just a military exercise, but has become a symbol of cooperation, trust and strategic coordination in the Indo-Pacific region. This time, India is represented by INS Sahyadri, a modern guided missile stealth frigate, the result of entirely indigenous design and construction. Upon arriving in Guam, it has joined forces with the USA's USS Fitzgerald, Australia's HMAS Ballarat, and Japan's JS Hyuga to prepare for the exercise. The presence of INS Sahyadri not only showcases India's technological capabilities, but also brings to life the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. This exercise comes at a time when there have been some differences between India and the US regarding trade and tariff policies. After the US imposed a 25% tariff on Indian oil, there was some cooling in relations, but India's active participation in this exercise shows that the strategic partnership is far stronger than temporary economic disagreements. The depth that India-US relations have achieved over the last 2 decades cannot be affected by any minor tensions. On the other hand, India, Japan and Australia, all three countries are concerned about China's growing assertiveness and its so-called grey zone strategies. China's aggressive activities in the South China Sea and East China Sea, as well as its stance on the line of actual control with India, are serious challenges to regional stability. In such an environment, the Malabar exercise is not only a military operation, but also a diplomatic signal that the defense of freedom and open sea lanes in the Indo-Pacific region is a shared priority of these nations. The Malabar exercise usually takes place in 2 phases, the harbour phase and the sea phase. In the first phase, the navies of all 4 nations sit together, make plans, coordinate communication systems, and strengthen mutual coordination. This phase is about preparation and trust before heading to the sea. Then begins the sea phase, where the real exercise unfolds. Warships move on the sea, joint fleet operations, anti-submarine warfare, gunnery drills, and flying operations take place. The history of Malabar is also interesting. It started in 1992 as a bilateral exercise between India and the US. 2 more editions took place in 1995 and 1996, but it was halted for a while after India's nuclear tests in 1998. It resumed in 2002 and has continued since. Japan and Australia joined in 2007, though their participation was limited for a few years. In 2015, Japan became a permanent member and the exercise became trilateral. Then in 2020, with Australia's return, it became a shared platform of the 4 Quad nations. Now, let's look at the broader framework of which this exercise is a part, the Quad. Its foundation was laid during the 2004 catastrophic tsunami when India, Japan, Australia and the US came together for relief efforts. This experience led to a spirit of cooperation between the 4 nations. In 2007, Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe formally gave it a name, Quadrilateral Security Dialogue or the Quad. Initially, some countries labelled it as merely anti-China platform, causing the initiative to stall for a few years. However, as China's policies began to challenge the stability of the Indo-Pacific, the Quad gained momentum again in 2017. Today, the platform is not just limited to military cooperation, it represents values of democracy, freedom, transparency, and shared development. The Quad has no formal structure or headquarters. It is simply a shared commitment of 4 countries. The 2021 The Spirit of the Quad statement clarified its objectives. Cooperation is not just about security, but also extends to health, technology, and human development. For example, the Quad Cancer Moonshot Initiative aims to reduce cancer-related deaths in the Indo-Pacific, with India promising to assist with HPV sampling kits and vaccines. The Quad Critical Minerals Initiative seeks to ensure that the world is not dependent on any one country for strategic mineral supplies, so no country can exert global influence through economic pressure. In conclusion, the Malabar exercise and the Quad initiative send the message that real security partnerships are built through trust and strength. So, let us end the discussion here and pose today's question. Can the Quad truly become an effective platform for regional security when there are several disagreements among its member countries themselves?
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.